What if the only person you could ever speak to was your twin? And what if the world believed your connection was dangerous? This is the true story of June and Jennifer Gibbons, known as the Silent Twins. Born in 1963 in Barbados, the sisters later moved to Wales with their family. From a young age, something was different. They refused to speak to anyone. Not teachers, not classmates, not even their own family. But they spoke fluently to each other, in a language no one else understood. It wasn't quite English. It wasn't quite gibberish. It was a rapid, synchronized speech pattern only they could decode. When separated at school, they would become catatonic, silent, motionless, completely withdrawn. Doctors called it extreme twin dependency. Teachers called it disturbing. Classmates called them strange. But what made it darker was what happened next. As teenagers, June and Jennifer became obsessed with writing. They created elaborate fantasy worlds filled with violence, betrayal, and dark psychological themes. Their stories often involved characters who couldn't escape each other, or who had to die for the other to live. Soon, their isolation turned destructive. The twins began committing small crimes: shoplifting, vandalism, arson. Eventually, they were arrested, but instead of prison, the court made an unusual decision. They were sent to Broadmoor Hospital, a high-security psychiatric institution in England. They were only teenagers, and they would remain there for nearly 12 years. Inside Broadmoor, something unsettling emerged. According to June later, they came to a silent agreement. One of them had to die. They believed they couldn't both survive. They couldn't both live normal lives. One needed to sacrifice herself so the other could be free. In 1993, the twins were transferred to a lower security hospital. During the journey, Jennifer suddenly became unresponsive. She collapsed. By the time they arrived, she was dead. Autopsy reports showed acute myocarditis, a sudden inflammation of the heart. No poison, no trauma, no clear warning signs. She was 29 years old. After Jennifer's death, something extraordinary happened. June began speaking normally. For the first time in her life, she held conversations. She integrated into society. Eventually, she was released. She later said Jennifer had always been the dominant twin, that their bond was suffocating, and that Jennifer had somehow decided to die. Even doctors were unsettled. How does someone go from lifelong silence to normal speech immediately after their twin dies? Was it psychological dependency? Shared delusion? A rare condition known as folie? Shared psychosis? Or something we still don't understand? The silent twins remain one of the most disturbing psychological cases in modern history, because sometimes the darkest prisons are the ones built between two minds. This has been history's darkest story.